Let me show you this right here. I'm cutting this at 2 inches. All right. Last week it was 2 weeks ago it was 1.5. This thing, we've been getting a lot of rain. This thing has grown to 4 inches. So I'm taking off 2 whole inches, 50%, and we're still green. Christopher's gonna stick edge, but the way he's gonna do it twice. I'm having to triple cut this yard because I have a mulching kit on here, a true mulching kit. I don't want to leave all that debris on here. Now, some people will say, oh, I'm just going to do it once or twice and go. No, you don't leave your customer yard looking like that, man. You gotta grind it up. But that's one of the downfalls of having a true mulching kit is I can't blow grass out and just get 1 or 2 swipes and a clean cut. But you got to make your customer yard look like your yard. Look at that carpet. Look at that. Look at that deep rain. But let me tell you what's going to happen here. Yeah, we're going to spend a little bit more time here. No, I can't go up on my customer just because of this one cut. But, I mean, it's leaving clothes of stolons and stuff. This is the second time stick edge. I'm finna get the weed eater and weed, balance that out, give it a long fade. I'm going to get the blower and blow all this stuff back into the yard. All right, let him come by. All right, once I blow it back in the yard, I'm gonna take the lawnmower and run it over. Yeah, I'm gonna take the lawnmower and I'm gonna run it over once I blow it back in the lawn so I can have a complete cut. All right, those little flags, you gotta pull them out, cut the grass, put the flags back, guys. Don't just run them over. I mean, I used to run them over. Ain't that same thing here? Last week, 1.5. Today, excuse me, not last week, 2 weeks ago, 1.5. Today, 2.5. That's your call. And it is what it is, guys. When I cannot cut your yard super low, and we hadn't serviced your yard in a couple of weeks. All right, I've had customers say, no, I need it lower. Then I say, you need to get it cut more often. Coming out every 2 weeks, it's not going to happen when it's raining like this. I'm not about to blow up a motor to get somebody's yard down to 1 inch, and they're not going to be happy after the cut because it's going to be brown. Look at that carpet. And it's just not the way to go. So even with that, Junior is going to have to double cut that so it'll look good. All right, I triple cutted this. All right, stick edged it twice. Lawn faded it once, took the blower, blew all the loose ends, I don't know if you can see them, back into the yard. Then I'm gonna take the mower again and mulch over those little spots so I can make it look perfect. I mean, then my lines are crispy. I gotta go back over it to get it to look better, because when I blew it with the blower, it kind of flipped them up. But you guys who do that string trimming and your gap is like that, you just blow all the trash down into the crater that you created. But yeah, it's lawn care is different for everybody. All right, you just got to find one that's gonna work for you. Even this right here, Dallas grass, like you wouldn't believe. Not as bad as it's been in the past years, but I got one job to cut it. I don't have time to start playing around with somebody's yard with that. That can be taken care of, but that's not something you can treat once and walk away from. Even the hedge is going to be a challenge today. So we got our work cut out for us, guys. Let me get back to it. And this 2000 is good. The only I'm not going to say a downfall. I just wish it had a tad bit more horsepower. I think this is 24.5. I wish this was riding around about 26, 28, somewhere around there. But it chews up the grass real good as long as you got sharp blades. So I want you just to see, this is the one we cut triple time, double thick edge that blew all the debris back into the yard. Cut it again. Haven't trimmed over here yet, but it's been stick edge. And you got to take that blower and get all that stuff out of there. Blow all this debris that's out here, here and out here, back into the lawn, not out into the street. Now, you're going to see a lot of guys who side discharge just blow it out in the street. I'm not going to say it's illegal. I'm just going to say it's unprofessional. That's something that I don't like, and I don't think your customers like it. But, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to blow it out there and let the trucks and cars take it down the street. That's what they do. All right. Now, I've had a customer complain about, oh, it looks like you scalped it right there. Lady, your yard is not leveled. All right. This lawnmower is also only going to cut one certain way. Not this customer, but let me show you over here too. Right in here, all of this is unleveled. So it is what it is. I'm not going to keep floating the deck trying to figure it out. You just cut it. We come back with the weed eater, and some of the spots that are a little high, we try to blend them in and make it look good. Do all this extra trimming and stuff right here. And the power company, whoever is in charge of it, should be ashamed of themselves. That's been ran over for a while. They hadn't repaired it. We're going to etch that out, make it look good. And you guys, with that fungus, somebody was asking, do I spray propiconazole? In the field, I do. But this came from that frost. Because after that frost came, this part died, slap off right here. And that's a boxwood. It ain't coming back. It ain't coming back. And you can see weeds and stuff starting to pop up in there. It ain't coming back. But yeah, guys, I'm just showing you some of the things. It's just at this one property. And I don't film a lot of my properties because a lot of these people don't give you permission. And that might come back and get you. I had to take down a couple of videos behind that. So I'll let you see the finished product here. Cutting right at 2 inches. Triple cut, double edged, blew everything back into the yard, remulched it. All right, back here, her backyard. Christopher went a 2.5 inch border around. Then he had to go up to 3 inches. Remember, we're strictly mulching. All right, and one of the advantages of mulching is when I blow everything back into the yard, we mulch it up. We don't shoot it out in the street and in other places. And let me show you this hedge thing. The hedge game is always different. That's going to depend on what you want to pay for. All right. She doesn't want to pay for the tarp service. Tarp, T-A-R-P, where you put the tarp down and you get everything. So we trim the hedges. You blew as much possible out into the yard and ran and mulched it up back into the yard. And that's going to be some people all in the comments. Oh, you're effing it up. You're creating weeds. 25 years cutting this yard. Where do you see the weeds other than that Dallas road? But that's what happened. That's how some of the landscapers save time. Take it, blow it back out. We'll come back, spray for weeds, stuff like that. That greenery, eventually it goes brown. Time for some mulch anyway, but that's just, it is what it is. That's what they're paying for. All right, so when you see some of these landscapers faking the funk like they always tarping and always this and that, no, they're not. I've been out here 30 plus years, and it's rare that I see somebody tarp leaves unless it's a high-end neighborhood and you paying big bucks. There's no way in hell I'm finna sit at a property for 3 hours to make 50 bucks. It's just the overhead cost is ridiculous when running a lawn care service. Some of these guys, I don't understand how you're doing it. I don't understand how you're doing it. And I'm gonna show you something else too. You don't see all those things, weed eaters and blowers hanging off. Mine is locked up in an alloy bed. Why? Because we are in those times where what's wrong? Huh?
I locked it.
Oh, you locked it? What? Like I was saying, people are stealing everything. Oh, what you need? I ain't finna catch that and get knocked out. And yeah, we're locking down the big boy right here, so when we have a wreck, at least it'll still be on the trailer. But I got it looking good, guys. And one thing I do with all my customers, every last one of them, is I crush thy neighbor. Every yard I service, my customer yard looks better than the next door neighbor, the guy across the street, guy down the street, everybody. I will not leave that property until I make it look good. But you're gonna have to pay for that, guys. This lawn care is based on time and service. All right, whatever service you get, that's a cost and the time. You just got to know the math. The lawn care industry is headed in a weird direction. That's the only thing I can tell you. I don't see crews like I used to. I see 2-man crews, 1-man crews. Hopefully this video entertained you for these 10 hours. Me showing you just this one yard, guys. You're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with Michael Bowman. No, that ain't how I said it. You're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman. I'll talk to you soon.